A very good morning to all my dear students. In the previous videos that were sent to you, I got a few doubts. So first I'll address to those doubts before moving with the chapter. The first doubt that I received was about the notebook. In the very first video, I already informed you that you will be making 3 notebooks for English. One for Beehive, one for Moments and one for English grammar. And you will do the question answers in your copy itself. Another question was about the pen, as to what color pens do you have to use. For questions, you can use black pen, and for answers, you will use only blue pen. Another very important question was what all you have to write in the notebook. So, you have to write the word meanings, the notes about the author, and the question answers only. Any other notes or summary need not be written in the fair notebook. That you can write in your rough copy for your own personal revision. Also, there was a mistake that I committed in the previous video which I expected you all to find out, but then I did not receive any of the messages regarding the mistake that I made. My mistake was I wrote the wrong name of the author. I wrote Ruskin Bond, whereas the author of the story is Mukul Anand Raj. Mukul Anand Raj was born on December 12, 1905. He was an Indian writer in English, notable for his depiction of the lives of the poorer castes in traditional Indian society. One of the pioneers of Indo-Anglian fiction, he was one of the first India-based writers in English to gain an international leadership. Anand is admired for his novels and short stories, which have acquired the status of classics of modern Indian English literature. They are noted for their perceptive insight into the lives of the oppressed and for their analysis of impoverishment, exploitation, and misfortune. He is also noted for being among the first writers to incorporate Punjabi and Hindustani English idioms into English, and was a recipient of the civilian honor of Padma Bhushan. Now, you will write this summary about the author in your fair notebook. Moving further, let's have a quick recapitulation of whatever we read the other day. In the previous class, we learned about a small child who is innocent and happy by nature. He walks joyfully to a fair with his parents and plays with everything that comes his way, including insects and worms. He is obedient and follows his parents' instructions without any grudge. He is cheerful and does not throw tantrums when they refuse to buy him things. We read that as the spring had arrived, everyone moved out of their houses, and so did this little child and his family. All his way, the child got attracted by little things that he saw and wanted to have them. But knowing his parents well, he didn't demand for anything. While coming to the fair, he saw fields, flowers, birds, and insects. As he is a little child, the moment he saw something new, he got mesmerized and forgot about all the other things. Finally, walking through the streets, fields, and lanes, he reached the fair with his parents. Today we'll read what happened as he reached the fair. So, moving forward, as the child reached the fair, at the entrance of the fair, to one corner, a sweetmeat seller had set up a shop. He was selling various sweets like gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, and jalebi. The sweets were displayed at different heights and were covered with foils of gold and silver. The boy's mouth watered when he sighted his favorite barfi. He expressed his desire to get one in a low voice because he knew that his request would be refuted by his parents. They would say that he was greedy for the barfi. As he did not expect that his demand would be fulfilled, he walked further. The next stall was that of a flower seller. He announced that he was selling garlands of gulmohar flowers. The child wanted one of those. He walked towards the basket of the flower and again announced his desire to have one in a low voice because he knew that his demand would not be fulfilled. His parents would refuse to buy him the flowers as they would say that they were cheap. Again, the boy walked ahead without expecting a reply from his parents. The next thing that the child came across was a balloon seller selling balloons of different colors of the rainbow. The boy was attracted to the shiny colors of the balloons and wanted to have them all. He knew that his parents would not buy the balloons for him, as they would reason that he was too old to play with them. So the child walked further. Then he paused at a snake charmer who was playing a flute, and the snake was twisting its neck to the music. The snake had coiled itself in a basket and had raised its head out. It bent and moved its neck gracefully like a swan. It seemed that the music of the flute was heard by the snake's invisible ears and created the effect of a waterfall on it, because it swayed its neck in a similar way. The boy walked towards the snake charmer, but as his parents had warned him to remain away from unpleasant music played by such men, he walked further. Then he saw the roundabout swing. It was full of men, women, and children who were enjoying the ride. The boy got very happy on seeing it. He watched the people on the roundabout and was very excited. And then, with a lot of courage, he finally expressed his desire to go on the roundabout. In the next video, you will now learn what his parents said when he asked about the roundabout and what happened after that in the fair.